next on RVT, Rashid's Video Tube, it's the Rashid and Jan Show. Following that is Rashid's CyberTube. It's Shiestin' once again, and as we celebrate with love and cheerfulness, let's indulge in the most entertaining Rashid entertainment available. And happy Shiestin' from all of us here on RVT, where it's Rashid all the time. You're watching RVT, Rashid's Teletube Worldwide. Where is Rashid all the time? You're watching Rashid's RVT. Hello everybody, this is Rashid. And I want to personally thank you so much for so many YouTube subscribers. And together with the millions of views on my Google page, I think it's safe to say we're well on our way, huh guys? Thanks for making RVT so successful. So I tell you what, you keep doing what you do, and we'll do the same round here. Deal? Deal. So relax. This is RVT, Rashid's Video Tube. Where's Rashid all the time? Oh, what an atmosphere. You're watching RVT, an international broadcasting station. RVT want to wish you a very happy Shiestin' season. This RVT Rashid's Video 2 broadcasting is brought to you partly by the Rashid and Jan Show and by delicious, refreshing strawberry milk. Drink an explosion of strawberry flavor in every drop. So like Rashid and Jan say, drink up. Also by Westward, now streaming on Rashid's CyberTube. It's only the beginning. You're watching RVT! You're watching RVT, an international broadcasting station. You're watching RVT, Rashid's Video 2. Oh, what an atmosphere. Hello, and this is Father Rashid. And knowing that this is the season for nothing but pure love and giving, I want to wish you a very happy Shaisa. Hello there, I'm Frosty, Rashid's Talking Donut, and I want to take this time to tell you about how delicious we are. Early in the morning, we can be a real pleaser teaser. Chocolate, strawberry, blueberry too. One bite of us and your mouth is on vacation from the normal sensation. And the good thing about it is that we're all over the place, from grocers to bakery. We can always be found. So soft, so moist, and topped with icing, we're irresistible. So what have we learned, Napkin? That you need me to go with you. You don't say. What a pair we make, huh? So treat yourself to a delicious donut, or two, or three, at your nearest grocer's or bakery, or just head on over to www.donut.com. That's www.donut.com. This is the planet Earth. And this planet Earth is full of things to do. And one of them is viewing media broadcasting. Now, some of them leaves you feeling happy. Some of them leaves you feeling sad. And some, well, just don't know. Which brings us to Rashid's RVT, Rashid's Video Tube. With countless choices of Rashid broadcasting, I realized that it's hard to configure that it's all just one person. Well, it is. And this one person gives you more of himself, more than anyone you may come across, allowing you to have choices on RVT that suits your taste. Whether it's RVT news, weather, or celebrity updates, or information that you can only find on RVT. And tons upon tons of laughable content and meaningful documentaries, plus Rashid music. So it's no surprise many keep coming back. So what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Tell me. What's wrong? What is it? Just tell me. It's not hard, difficult, or impossible. Just tell me. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? What is it? Dude, I just came in here to buy a camera. I didn't ask anything. Well, in particular and whatnot. Picking out a camera. I'm trying to be...
Particularity is important and most important when picking out a camera. I'm trying to be specific. If you just listen, and listen I shall. Now then, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? Well, that's the point. I don't know much about cameras. Oh, yeah. So tell me, what's this GoPro about? What's your name? My name is Rashid, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. Okay, Mr. Rashid. Oh, what's wrong? What's the GoPro? Goddammit! So continue to sit back and relax because this is home. And the one thing that this station has that's hard to find is pure reality in everything we do. Simply put, if it's not reality, it's simply not here. RVT, Rashid's Video Tube. Where's Rashid all the time? Simply reality. Gotta be reality, baby. Gotta be reality.
Honoring who we are and wishing a very happy Shicer on RVT, Rashid's Video Tube. Crispy. It helps you wake up in the morning. In fact, bacon is an any time of the day treat. When you hear the sizzle, and the smell of it is alarming to the senses. It's no wonder why people can't resist it. Bacon lovers know that bacon makes everything better. Treat the taco. Treat it well, if you can keep it together. Oh, the mighty bacon. Animals love it too. It's a fact that one strip of bacon only had 3.3 total milligrams of fat and 0 trans fat. 0. And only 9 milligrams of cholesterol. 9. And 45 milligrams of potassium. And only 43 calories. 43! So flip that bacon. Crispy. Who could resist this meat? So now what do you say? Nothing if you're a true bacon lover. Keep a smile on her face as she cleans the plate. If it's one thing that should be honored, it's bacon. Shop today or go online for nutritional info facts.
Hello everyone, just a reminder not to forget The Adventures of Rash of the Jungle. Now streaming on Rashid's CyberTube on RVT Rashid's Video Tube.
Isabella, Rashid's startling adventurous computer novel created and written by Rashid. A Rashid Greek mythology story narrated by Rashid himself. Now streaming on RVT, Rashid's Video Tube. Come follow along today. Why is delicious hot oatmeal so good for so many families? Oatmeal is rich in protein. A breakfast with delicious oatmeal with milk and sugar for a family of 4 provides as much total protein as 6 average eggs, as much total protein as 18 pieces of toast. and almost as total protein as 18 strips of bacon. That's why your family get that wonderful stick to the ribs feeling with hot oatmeal, that wonderful feeling of well-being, with only 1 minute of actual cooking time. So be sure your family get the protein they need with the delicious hot breakfast of hot oatmeal. Just go over to www.oatmeal.org. That's www.oatmeal.org. Look on your social devices. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Rashid's mattress mouse. And I want to help you guys get a good night's rest. Take a look. My back. Oh. Why should you guys suffer with stiff back, aching joints, and so on from a worn out mattress? There are hundreds of affordable mattress dealers in your area, and all is needed is you. Reliable mattresses that fit your comfort level. Spring design style, chic and firm. Thank you, Rashid Mattress Mouse. Anytime. An RET ad is worth 2 in a hole. And speaking of ads, don't forget about this one. And size your bedding up for comfort. A new mattress and a good night's rest awaits you. Just go to www.mattress.com. That's www.mattress.com. Anyway! Hey, having spaghetti tonight? A whole lot of vegetables. Sauce just the way you like it. It's the thickest, heartiest sauce ever, made with a whole lot of plump, juicy tomatoes, special seasonings and spices, with that zesty, full-bodied tomato taste. Now you're eating spaghetti. So serve up some Italiano at its best, now at your local market, or go online at www.italiancooking.org. That's www.italiancooking.org.
Hello everybody, this is Rashid the R-Man, and I'm a broadcaster. Self-proclaimed. Self-proclaimed. Okay, self-proclaimed. Yeah, Rashid, self-proclaimed. Okay, self-proclaimed, and this is me. Hello everybody. Now I created me. In fact, I created this whole set just to remind everybody how important art is to our culture. Alright, me. Okay, alright, yeah, me. Now back to you. How did you get, who are you? Well, it all started, I'm a normal archaeologist who got lost and no one cares to look for me. No one cared to hear my lectures I gave. No one cared to come to my public speaking. So one day, while I was on a retreat, I became connected with the environment, destined never to return to that society place. So how graphic, really, that's really graphic. Now, how was your name always Meat? No. When I was a professor, it was respectfully Mr. Dunway. But call me Meat. I mean it, Rashid. Call me Meat. Okay, I'll call you Meat. Okay, Meat. And who is that over there? Oh, that's my friend. He's kind of shy. He's lying. We're cave people. I'm a dinosaur. Rashid, he's lying. He's trying to imitate you on RBT. Well, that's too much information. Way too much information. Nonetheless, guys, you too can build your own world here, your own art world. All it takes is social media and a whole lot of imagination. He treated me like crap. No one cared about my artifacts or my discoveries. We hear you, mate. We hear you. So, guys, get creative. And if you need help, there's tons of it all over the place online. Or if you want, you can just jump right in like me. He never cared. He's lying. Okay, maybe, this interview is over. Maybe I can help you out with something. I don't need your help. Oh, okay. I need that. Okay. Well, this interview is over. We can just wrap up here. Self-proclaimed. I'm self-proclaimed. I'm self-proclaimed.
Brought to you by Rashid's Improvement Center. You're watching RVT, a Rashid International Broadcasting Station. Ice cream, balls, shoes, socks, all on social media. Laughing, playing, having fun, all on social media. Books, trains, weight loss games, all on social media. Different worlds, cute little girls, things that will make you lose your curls, all on social media. Cartoonish babes, the twerking gays, the top 10s that will make you be amazed, all on social media. Rashid Arman people love, all without a lot of subs, all on social media. That's Rashid's social media. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
This is the tiger lily. And you can say it resembles a real tiger. Nonetheless, it's still just a tiger lily. Kinda like RVT Rashid's video tube. With multitudes of stations that exist today, this station and programs on it is rather very simple, like Rashid's Table Talk. A hardcore look at Rashid's content, plus meaningful discussion and road trips to illuminize the imagination.
Oh man, that's a
Personal
lot of work.
interviews and field trips for a higher educational experience. Table Talk is a keen inside look at RVT topics and subjects and the wonderful world of Rashid's art.
All the capitals are in the uppercase, and we think that's why we call uppercase.
Yeah.
Smaller letters in the lowercase.
That's amazing.
So come join us on Rashid's Table Talk, now streaming on RVT.
Beautiful. You're watching RVT, Rashid's Teletube Worldwide. Where is Rashid all the time? You're watching Rashid's RVT.
Quick guys, run for the hills! Ah! Everybody run! Everybody run! Ah! Look out! RVT.
You're watching RVT, an international broadcasting station. Your adventure starts here. Luggage from top names over 65% off. Just surf over to www.luggage.com. That's www.luggage.com. And now, enjoy the show.
Welcome everybody to RVT. This is RVT Rashid's Video Tube in conjunction with RMJC, Rashid's Music Box Center. And I am Rashid R-Man coming on live on social media, Google+, YouTube, Instagram, and other social media platforms. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you guys are here. Welcome to my brand new show. Baby, you ready to do this? Now this is our first one. This is my brand new show, but this one, I decide to give a title to. Y'all know this is Rashid's Table Talk. And on Rashid's Table Talk here, we discuss Rashid's content. We go in depth about my content, what I did when I created these shows, and some like behind the scenes information that you may not have known about the shows here on RVT. Even the shows that's going to premiere later on that we're working on, that I'm working on. So that's what this show is about. It's about highlighting Rashid's content. And we've been stuck here in this rut for a little bit. More than our broadcast. Yeah, much more than our broadcast. I'm not surprised because of that, because this is very enlightening for us to mess around with until some real programming come on RVT. We stick around here and a couple of other substitutes until we get something together. So please, I hope you can sit in and indulge in this discussion that I told you guys about that we was going to do last time. It was about witches. The last time was about it wasn't about fairies. It was about the sanatoriums, the sanatorium women with the horns on their head. Yeah, and they wanted my sperm, and they needed my sperm for the culture to keep thriving, so they took my sperm and stuff like that, and I told y'all about that. And these are the things I believe in. So this discussion I told y'all was going to be about witches. So, yeah. And I called this something, but we'll get into that later. First, let's touch base. So how you guys doing? Springtime is here. Spring is in the air. And I hope you guys are really getting ready for spring cleaning, because I know we are around here. It's important to do some spring cleaning. Getting ready for the nice weather. You want things, because over the winter time things get dusty a little bit. So you want to get a little bit snappy. Is the word snappy? Now that the hot weather is rolling in, you don't want to be lenient with hygiene and stuff like that, because fungus grows and everything else. So you want to be tidy on that. With that, the funk. Feel the funk. You don't want the funk. So keep in mind that's coming up. That's just around the corner. We ain't got that long for that. So spring cleaning is in the air, along with spring break. Congratulations to students that's listening to this that's on spring break. Just keep it safe, because a lot of crazy shit going on, man. A lot of stupid shit. If you watch the news, a lot of people don't watch the news, and we learning. Yes, we learned that a lot of people are addicted to the news. I didn't know you could get addicted to that shit, but a lot of people are, and some people say it with pride. They addicted to the news of listening to the atrocities in life and shit. So some people, on the other hand, don't mess with the news because of that. So, but if you watch it, you'll see a dickhead shit all around. Just people just been absolutely stupid, man. So if you're on spring break, please be careful. Please be careful. Got some shows coming up. Got Generation Unrepentant coming up. Also have the Rashid and Jan show coming up, which I have to redo. Damn it.
Chicken is America's favorite chicken. Then pay attention, son. Don't just not go to the Colonel's, because no one else makes chicken with that special blend of 11 herbs and spices. Any of it getting through to you, son? And of course, no one else's chicken is finger-licking good. Cause nobody else knows the Colonel's secret formula. The secret formula. He's too smart for his own good.
Love that commercial. Love it. Love that goddamn commercial. Foghorn Leghorn on a Kentucky, represent Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken in the 80s. Loved it. A good concept. What the fuck was I talking? What was I talking? I don't even know. What was I talking? Yeah, be careful. Please be careful, because monkeys out, and monkeys want to have fun when the weather gets hot. This monkey season. So just, please be careful. At least we ain't got that rap shit blasting every fucking way, so be thankful for that. I got my notes here. I have the Rashid Jan Show. I have a spiritual lecture coming up, guys. Just be aware I have a spiritual lecture coming up, and that should be really, really sooner than you think. Okay, I have a reason for taking it lightly right now. I have a reason. Y'all just gotta trust me on this. I have a reason for it. Yeah, but getting to this witch discussion here is very interesting. I decided to name this, unlike my other shows that we did on Table Talk, Rashid's Table Talk. I named them also, but this one here I gave keen interest to because it's, well, you'll see. First of all, it's called the Rashid's Witch Tube. I mean a witch tube. And I want it on the channels and the stuff that we watch around when we discussing this, because this is not going to be our only show on witches or Rashid's Table Talk. This is just something I just want to do because I get my jollies from it. So this is not the only discussion we're going to have on witches around here. It's going to be on this show. This witch show. It's called the Rashid's Witch. It's called the Rashid Witch Tube that we'll be viewing content. Jesus Magnolius. That we'll be looking at on the Rashid Witch Tube. Okay? But the show itself is called Rashid's Witch Corner, sweetie. Rashid Witch Corner. So it's a little knack with that. The Rashid's Witch Corner. And it's very personal. They say, it's one of the darkest periods that haunted mankind since the beginning of time. But I just call it family, because my mother was a witch, and we could go on to detail about that, which we will in our discussion as we go on. Not too much, because most of it belongs in my cult, my group, and I don't want to spread my wings too high with so many hating. In other words, you got to watch what you do on social media and everywhere, period. You don't want to throw the Bible says, don't throw your pearls before swine. If you're wasting your time with a subject or something, you just don't throw it out there and stuff like that. My mother's a witch. Y'all really don't give a shit about that. It's not exactly a waste of time, but I feel as though why bother? Why bother? But she's also called the sorceress. The witch is called the sorceress. I didn't know, because I'm a sorcerer, so I didn't know she's called the sorceress. The devil's confidant. I don't understand that devil part. My mother ain't worship no devil. No, she never do nothing like that. It's different witches, though. It's different witches, like it's different meteors. The meteors are out of space. The meteors, here's the thing about the meteors, sweetie, in outer space, in the universe. Meteors don't hit the earth. They don't hit the earth. Only meteorites hit the earth. Only the meteorites. So what I'm saying is, the one subject here, or everything you're indulging in, is always a blueprint of that same subject that's not like the first subject. So it's a lot of witches. Just because some worship Satan, that doesn't mean all of them worship Satan. Every time you see a goth or vamp or whatever type of person dressed in black, doesn't mean they worship Satan. And this is the misconception with that field, that area of witchcraft. But nonetheless, we're not going to spend too much time on it, because I want to talk about this guy who started. Well, first of all, he started Wicca. This guy started Wicca. I swear to God, he started Wicca. We'll talk about him. He started Wicca. His name was, let me see, I got my notes right here. His name was Gerald Gardner. And he was one of the creepiest people you saw. And he was like a nudist in 1938. You know, he was a 52-year-old retired man. So he turned into a recluse, not really a recluse, but he went by himself. It's called this place was called the High Cliff. And it was a nudist place where people walk around nude. And they made him a witch inside there. And then he went the fuck off, dude. He wrote a book and paperback books and stuff. He got really famous. People started talking about him. So he started the Wicca. They call him, another word for witch is the Wicca. He started that. Again, his name was Gerald Gardner. And here on the Rashid Witch Corner, we're going to be discussing stuff like that. This guy was really creepy when you saw him. He was a real creep fest when you saw this guy. He was up in his 50s and he liked to walk around nude. And the witches fucked his head up somehow. They see he walked in a room or something and they pushed him in a circle and made him a witch. But yet, here's the confusing part about that. Is that why are they trying to say he started something in the witch genre? That bothers me. Because you never want to give women no goddamn credit, no way. But nonetheless, we're going to start our show with the screen y'all see this about to pop on your screen. And of course on here I created everything, and this is all Rashid's thinking, talking, and everything else. So just understand that, guys. So if you want to get angry at anybody, get angry right here, because I created everything on this show and the day after. But here it is right here. Now here we go. Now what we have here is, wait a minute. Now what we have here, wait a minute guys, hold on. Hammer that over there. Yeah. The other one, that's not the right one, that's the other one. Okay. Yeah, here, take this back. Here, take that one. Alright, what we have here is a different area in Rashid's world. That's what this is, guys. Let's call it a world where magic lives. That's Rashid's magic. That is. I don't know about you guys, but witches hold a special place in my heart. There are women of very amazing value to me. I don't know. And although my mother was one, that's not a reason, like, that's not a cover-up to why. That's not a cover-up. In other words, like, alright, when they say misery loves company, to me, it's true that that could be said from another standpoint. That's what I mean. It could be said from another standpoint. Meaning, you always feel comfortable around some, like, people or someone that shares your views and opinions. And for me, it's witches, as well as other higher believers. For an example, witches aren't like the only people I admire. I admire anyone who believes in spirituality in one way or another. Knowing that my foundation is from the Bible, y'all know that. Our foundation is from the Bible. I should say, in that case, I should say I hold a deep respect for people who are fortunate enough to believe in something other than this frame of mind and state of mind we're living in. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. And y'all know, because around here RVT, you guys know that we can get really freaking deep in spirituality, man. Y'all know that. After all, that's what the station is based on. A different of what could be besides what this world holds out to us, you know. It's always about what can be around here. And that's why y'all my Rashid B's. Yeah, that's why y'all my Rashid Kateers. Because we are seeking and mind crafting. We are seeking and we're mind crafting something different from the normal life, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing. Now listen up. Now listen up. There's, y'all may not know this, but there's different kinds of witches, you know? Ain't that right, sweeties? Different kind of witches. There are witches to cast spells. Then there's witches that do omens, to perform omens. Not all witches do the same things, guys. And that coincides with the fact that some people walk around, because men could be witches also. You could walk around a witch and not even know it. You know, you're born with these attributes. You can learn them also, but you know, some of them have them from the roots. You could be born with them also. We made the joke about, if that's the case, Jesus said, if you don't fill the void with good things, then 7 more. So you like, if you're born with it, then you lock to Jesus, or else you're going to get your ass whooped by Satan. And we made jokes about that, but it's true. Some people are born with it from birth, and some people like that was in the Bible. Yeah, there was in the Bible where it's children. There was predicting futures and all of this stuff, you know. And the child, when the demons lead the child got to fill the void with good things. Or, you know, so you stuck the guy, and these are lucky people, I suppose. But nonetheless, there's different kind of witches, guys. There's pleasure witches also, who specialize in pleasure. Okay? That's my area. That's out. Yeah, I'm about to say that's my fucking field right there. Which is also, and they cast all kind of spells, you know. You could cast spells and not have no kind of help whatsoever. Like a Christian got Bible aids, have Bible aids to help them understand the Bible. They'll have Bible tracts or Bible aids to help them understand the Bible. Okay, likewise, witches have amulets to help them do their spirituality also. So they're like crystals and cars and crystal balls. They have these things to help them to understand what they're doing and to complete their mission. Like a Christian will need Bible aids to help them out. So if you're in spirituality, most likely you're going to come across some kind of aids to help you out. So when it comes to pleasure witches, that specialize in pleasure, because some witches out there are very presumptuous, I think that's the name, how you say it, presumptuous or some shit, whatever that fucking word is they that, and dubious, and sexual and sexy, and I like that. I really like that. I'm hooked on, I'm addicted to that. My mother was a witch, and she raised me, but, just look at me. They cast all kind of spells on people. Just look at me. You know, I'm a prime example. And I could cast some spells right back, being a sorcerer and all, but the trick is you gotta believe in it, you know, that it works. You have to believe that it works. And that's when it works. With any other spirituality, if God said, if you believe in me, I exist. If you don't believe in me, I don't exist, you know. And in some cases, sometimes God manifests himself regardless. Sometimes. But it's all about your belief and how high or how deep you want to believe what you believe. You know, in order to believe something, you have to see it to be real. And that goes with spirituality, the Bible, or witchcraft, or whatever you fancy in your other world that you dwell in. Now, I was my mother's pride and joy. You know, my mother, I'm telling you, I was my mother's pride and joy. Me and my mother was inseparable. And y'all know grandma. Y'all know how y'all know about grandma. Wherever she went, I went. Wherever she went, I went. But more about that another time, because I have no shame, you know. I have no shame, none at all. My mother was the sweetest woman who ever lived. Trust me, okay? Trust me. She was the sweetest woman that ever lived. She gave me anything I want. My original mother, that is, not that adoptive nut job, not that adoptive my adoptive mother, not that schoolboy. I'm talking about my original mother. Now let me show you guys the next window. Now listen, if there's one thing I learned from women, it's the fact they have all secret. They all have secret powers. I don't know. That's just the way I think. I think all women have that, because women have they cover it up in mainstream and make it seem normal and call it woman's intervention. Intervention. When really it could be a woman's ability, because women just have that fourth, fifth dimension. From my experience, women have that. Men have it too, but men are very thought going with theirs, so they don't pay it no attention. They less likely to believe in the supernatural. They less likely. I'm not saying women. Well, put it this way: why did Satan approach Eve? You see what I'm saying? Satan did approach Adam. No, he didn't approach Adam. He approached Eve. You see. So women are prone to just I ain't gonna say cater to spirituality, but give a listening ear to the understandable. Like, I don't understand. They give ear to that more thoroughly. I don't understand that man say that's wrong and walk away. A woman won't do that. She still listen. And that's one of the reasons why Satan approached Eve. I'm not saying I never say because she's a weaker fucking sex. I never fucking say that. I never say that shit. I believe she has secret abilities. A woman has secret abilities. Some just use them in the right way. And believe me, just like a woman can do anything a man could do, a man could do anything a woman could do. And particularly in the seduction area. You know, I seduced all my life, dude. I'm just a man that could seduce. Now, this motherfucker here, this is a funny guy right here. This is a funny motherfucker right here. Now, check this out. Psychologicalists, they say the psychologicist. Damn it. Now these damn words now. Psychologic is the witch. To these guys, the psychologist, the witch represents the dark side of women. Now I beg to differ on that, because I was married. And ain't no dark. All sides of women are dark. Especially if you're a married man, and you know that. But they said psychologicalist. They states that witchcraft is the dark side of women. That's the dark side of women. For them to say something like that, saying something about women, period. You know, just saying that. I'm not saying that these guys naturally, they have the cat instinct. You know, we heard snips, what is it? Snip snails, chip snails, puppy dog tails is what boys are made of, and sugar and spice and everything's nice. Everything nice is what girls are made of, and we got that. But still, the question is, is that every sugar and spice, everything nice is that go with spirituality. It sounds spiritual. You think of sugar and spice, you think of something spiritual. Maybe women do hold some kind of secret. They call it women's. Men don't is the man's intuition. See, all that shit belong with women. And it's bad enough social media is here. And social media say that, people say that social media is a woman's job because they type. They be on a typewriter for their boss. And it's a woman's job. This whole social media tapping buttons all the time. Men don't really go for this social media shit. They really don't. They want to get rid of it, but they can't. They can't. With all due respect, getting back to the subject, because we're getting way off the subject. Psychologists say that the witch represents the dark side of women. In Greek mythology, the witch is known to be what, sweetie? Beautiful, right? Yeah, that's what in Greek mythology. Now, y'all know about Isabel's diary around here. And you also know that in Isabel's diary, we have a lot of things going on. And one of those things we didn't really tackle the witch yet. She has a witch link for a friend, Isabella did. I don't know if we're gonna bring that out. I might bring that out. I might bring her out because you talk about Angelina is not a witch. Angelina is just a woman that can transform, turn ghostly or walk through walls or some shit like that. And that's Isabella's friend. Isabella's just a princess that she's learning. She's a girl that's a secret princess that she doesn't know she's a princess yet. She's learning that she's learning that she is a princess, which is her school teacher. Her school teacher is not really counseling her, but really for an advisor. Yeah, her school teacher is advising, she's like an advisor for her, and she's finding out that with Isabella. So there's no witchcraft in there whatsoever. For anybody that's following Isabella on RVT. There's no really witchcraft in there, but she does have a witch ring for a friend. No, Takaya is a fairy, so that's not really around the witch genre. Mythology, the witch is known to be beautiful. Paganism is Wicca, which bringing us to this Gerald Garner that's on the screen right there. Now, Wicca is different from witchcraft, but its followers call themselves witches, but it's still different. Like I told y'all before, it's different kind of witches. And this Wicca guy right here, well, first of all, these Wiccas, don't y'all know? Didn't y'all see the Wicker Man with Nick? It's an original version of it. Then it's the one Hollywood redid with Nicolas Cage in it. Okay, that right there came from this guy right here. He was the first Wicker Man. He's the first. If it wasn't for him, there will be no Wicker Man. Okay, this guy right here. His name was Gerald Gardner, and he had followers that called themselves witches. And he worshiped the goddess of nature and believes in the power to cast spells. Now, what this goddess of nature is that they worship, I really don't know. I really didn't do no research. I'll have more on the information because, like I told you before, this is not the only witch topic we're going to be discussing. But he called himself the king of all the witches. He became Britain's first celebrity witch in 1939, and it lasted right through the 1940s. Which, this is a World War II time, And this is where he became a witch in 1939. And I told y'all they threw his ass in the circles and the women made him a witch. Then he became king of all the witches. Now, here's the thing that gets me about that. See, in my opinion, they're not giving women credit. They're not giving them credit for. I know that men could be witches. I'm not arguing the fact that men could be witches. But women has a very strong spirituality aura. Women carry a stronger aura than men, in my opinion. And that's like a spiritual, what do you call a spiritual coat or array that's on your body, like a coat or clothes on your body. You wear a jacket, or they have an aura. They have a real strong spiritual aura, and it's up to the woman to tap it or not, because they just have that, and they need that to deal with that when they raise kids. So they raise, it's all part of their womanhood. Now this is just my thing, and y'all know on Table Talk we get down with Rashid's knowledge here and everything, and some of it came from research, so some of it is legit. Okay, women just have that thing. Now, here's the thing that gets under my skin about this Gerard, is that he became Britain's first celebrity back in 1930, in the 1940s, really. I ain't gonna really say the 1930s, because when he became a witch in 1939, he was a nudist. I have my notes right here. He was a fucking nudist, guys. And I know, that's what I'm looking at. He was 52 years old. Okay, he was 52 years old. And when he retired, that's when he became he became into witchcraft. He grew his beard, he pulled his beard one way, and then pulled the top of his hair another way. So he had a creepy look to himself. And everybody noticed who you was talking about when you talked about this guy. Everybody knew who you was talking about. He was just a weirdo of the neighborhood, so to speak. He used to go, like I said, he used to go to this place called High Cliff. And in High Cliff, they had a lot of nudists around, and they just barged in one of the houses there and started walking around naked and doing all of these debasing things. And the neighbors was joking. The neighbors had high spirits about it. Nobody didn't really complain about any fucking thing. This place called High Cliff. They made him a witch in there, and he became a big British famous person. They made him a witch, and he went and became really famous. He started writing books. He started preparing in newspapers, and he was the big talk of the town. And he started Wicca. And if it wasn't for him, there would be no Wicker Man story. He started the whole thing. He says he was king of all the witches. I swear to God, that's what he says. He says he was king of all the witches, which is found in paganism, though that's what he was about. But the thing that I respect him about is the fact that he started it in middle age and retirement. Before retirement, he was a decent, normal guy. He was a decent, intelligent guy. Then something happened that fucked him up, and he just started wanting to dress, didn't wear nothing on his ass, and do all this creepy shit, and to hang around witches. And they said, you want to hang around us so much, we're going to make you one. They made him one. Then he goes run and be a celebrity and shit and start making money. He gets really rich and powerful. But yet still, he did have stuff to offer people. He wasn't like just a fucking bum dude. He still had stuff to offer people. So this was kind of good in his own way. I guess if that's your field, that's your field. And obviously that was his field, because he became really famous in it. I feel a type of way about that, because I love my witches. I do. I really love my witches. It's all different kinds, though. It's racist witches. It's non-racist witches. It's witches that can't spell. It's witches that's walking around and don't even know they witches. I swear. So, it's very uniquely interesting when you think about it, that is this like religion, like just a group of crazy people I wouldn't call the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch that, because I frankly had a crush on her since childhood.
Tug her ear, and you'll see her disappear. Yes, it's Sabrina, and her magic power can get her out of trouble. But with Sabrina, you're never sure if you're not seeing double. 'Cause she's Sabrina, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Speaking of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I mean, that's my real one. All the rest are good, but that's the original one, and that's the one I stick with. But speaking of that, some little girls can be witches and don't even know it. You know, like this. They call them. They could call. I think they call them witchlings. They call them witchlings. Hey, you know what? The Harry Potter, that's what that was about, right? The Harry Potter movie thing, that's what that was about. And the strange part about it is this, that in the Bible, it's hard to believe, like, that some of God's greatest followers, disciples, Jesus' disciples, knew about the almighty true God, followed in his footsteps, completely, like, was redeemed in the knowledge of Christ, and still went to a witch, you know, on times of despair. Paul was one, Apostle Paul was one, I think King David was another one. Walk with the true God now, and still went to a witch. So, the thing I'm trying to say is this. This is what I'm trying to say. The reason why God have them here, in my opinion, is for a reason. Now, we already got to the Satanism. We already got, the Bible said those who practice such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. We already got that. But at the same time, nothing goes on here without God's permission. You know, without him knowing about it. Meaning, how do we know if in other words, what I'm trying to say is it could be worse here. It could be something really worse here. But it's not allowed because God is not allowing it. So this practicing or whatever is allowed of witchcraft, omens. Now, here's the thing: is different kinds. Now, in who was it? Apostle Paul, who walked with the true, who was doing preaching, and it was a demon possessed child, and the child kept saying, "That's high. That's high of the Most High." Was it Jesus? And that's all the child kept saying. The child was supposed to be telling people their future and giving fortune. But every time they saw Paul, or was it was Jesus. I think it was Paul. He said, that's the Most High right there. That's the and then finally he was like, all right, he told the demon, come on out the child, come on out. So the demon left, and then the child couldn't tell no more fortune no more. But the point of the matter is that children are also not exempt from this. I'm not going to necessarily call it a catastrophe, but dilemma of being like naturally clairvoyant. like I said, I didn't write one, but I've read this book when I was about 20 years old. And it went into detail about how everybody was psychic, but didn't really notice it until they unlocked their potential. And they call it like having a third eye. When you're younger, you have the third eye or whatever, and you have to unlock it. And then there's some people like myself who's just born with gifts. Now, the Bible again calls them gifts from the Holy Spirit. Now, here's the thing about it. Here's on this. No, baby, just let me say this. On the left-hand side, we have names. I mean, in the middle, we have names. On the left is names. On the right side is a condemnation. Now, the Bible says, in the last days, I shall pour out my Holy Spirit. God said, I shall pour out my Holy Spirit. Your son shall prophesy, speak in tongues, and all this other stuff. Then on this side, I have people that practice witchcraft. Now, other than the names, we have the acts. Meaning, if this is my hand right here, this is my hand. Now, it's H-A-N-D. That's a word for this right here, and it's called hand. Now, those are just words. Now, we're talking about the act itself. What makes one better than the other one? Because one is coming from a trustworthy God, a spiritual father who means us well, and the other one is coming from a person who wants our life, who wants to destroy us. Now, here's the thing about that, but it's still the same act. but one of the acts is not beneficial, one of them are beneficial, but still, it's still the same act. It's like saying somebody tripped and fell, and somebody walked over there and helped them up. In the middle of helping them up, he let them go. Then somebody walked over there and helped them up all the way. You know? And then they got the two guys in the courtroom and say, okay, both of them helped them up, but one of them let them go. But both of them still helped them. Do you see what I mean? They still, but that's the interesting part about this witchcraft is that we don't, like, they call it witchcraft or witchery or whatever like that, but if you have this in you, is it in you? And is it bad because it's in you? It might not be your fault. Like, it's not like The Exorcist when Megan, her name was Megan, who had a Ouija board and called up to Satan, and all of a sudden had these demonic problems because it was her fault. She called up. She was playing with the Ouija board, whatever. But if you're born and you naturally like that, it's not your fault. So, are you at fault? Are you at fault? And most important is a reason for that. It's a reason for that. Now, my favorite story in the Bible was Samson and Delilah. That and Noah is my favorite stories, hands down. Then we go into stuff like Jeremiah. But still, that Samson and Noah, y'all know, is in my cult. That's our favorite stories. Especially Samson, because his strength was part of his hair, was his hair. Without his hair, if his hair got cut, then he had no strength. So God, when the day Samson was born, God said, let not one razor come across his head. So he had this really long hair when he got a full-grown man, fully grown. And he was tremendously strong. Tremendously strong. And God put all his power in his hair. But here's my point I'm trying to make. What do you call something like that? We got the name. I'm about to say, this is my hand. H-A-N-D spells hand. This is my hand. It's just a name. But aside from the names like demons or bad spirits or witchcraft or whatever, is no name, just is an act of something happening without man's hands. It's something spiritual. It's something happening that's very mystic. that doesn't involve a man reaching down or grabbing anything, something happening, a cause and effect without no kind of physical contact whatsoever. And we call that mystic, spiritual. So what do you call it if it's a witchcraft or God doing something like Jesus fed hundreds with 2 loaves of bread? Without the names now, it's still something going on there. One is bad, one is good. There's still something going on. Now I'm looking at the fact that God's servants ran to witches and sorcerers in times of distress when they spoke and walked with the Almighty God. And God allowed it. He allowed it. I'm not sticking up for witchcraft by any means. It means I'm coming from the Bible. And y'all know that. That would be stupid and ridiculous. But at the same time, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. And knowing that God's Spirit is still active here on the earth. It's still active. Helping people, because we hear testimonies of, I was walking home and I was feeling bad and I got on the subway. Then I looked down and all of a sudden I saw a Bible track and I thought to myself, I said, oh my gosh, and God was there, and you start clapping, the audience start clapping. That's not spiritual right there. That happened to that person. But if Satan do something like that, I looked down and I saw a bag of weed. And I was just getting back studying the Bible, and I looked down and I saw a bag of weed. It's so many that's all of this and that. But hey, when God does it, it's just one is good for you, one is bad for you. So of course, that's just reasonable thinking. But you cannot deny the fact that something spiritual happened in both cases. So what's my point I'm trying to make? What's my common denominator I'm trying to make? Is that I'm not going to say that I'm into witchcraft. That's something I'm not going to say. Being a spiritual person, I'm not going to say that. But I can't help but just realize them, notice them, know something about them. Maybe I can help somebody that's in witchcraft or involved in witchcraft. Maybe, how can I if I don't know nothing about it? Instead of holding out condemnation towards everybody, I might scare them away. And who knows, there's a lot of people, those witches, these Christians now, or spiritual people, and I'm not necessarily saying their way is wrong either. I'm not going to necessarily say that, because you don't know why God allowed them to be that way. You don't know. See, that's the problem. And see, it goes on and on and on, because it's very controversial. I don't want to get into it because it's very controversial. It's controversial. And it's a lot of things I don't know what to say about this subject, because I don't want to give people the wrong idea. But you got to understand, I'm just into this type of thinking. And I'm confident that my goddess will correct me if I'm going too far with this kind of thinking. See, this ain't a show just about witchcraft. We want to come to an understanding about these women and men and children. Who have these abilities, and witches, because some witches don't cast spells, some witches don't mix potions, some witches just have witches walk around with a tremendously hard time because they keep foretelling the future and keep foretelling what's going to happen. They have a harder time dealing with it. They're out there. There's all kind of problematic situations is out there dealing with witches, of these sexy women. Did I just say sexy women? Jesus Christ. Watch this cartoon then. Jesus.
You knock 'em dead. Those newt's tails were a good idea. Added a bit of tang, don't you think?
Wendy was the youngest witch in her family. She had the weakest witch power, and she was afraid of witches, especially bossy, mean witches like her two older sisters. Her oldest sister knew everything. She knew where to get the best frog's tongues for witches' brew.
Here, Froggy. Looks delicious.
And she knew where to get the best books for witches' spells.
Let's see now. Here's a good one. Geezel, beezel, weasel, pop. I'd better get out of here. Inky, pinky, blinky, sink.
She even knew where to find the best sassafras wood for broomsticks.
Please take me with you,
said Wendy when her sister was going to the sassafras grove. But as usual, her mean oldest sister said,
No way. You're too young, and you never keep up with that crummy broomstick. No wonder you can hardly take off. You don't know anything.
Wendy wanted to say,
How will I ever learn if you don't show me?
All in all, this right here is short. And I show this with pride. These witches hold my deepest interest. You know, their minds are great. And their minds are geared towards divinity most of the time in their life, you know. And I just have the highest respect for them, you know. And like I said, this isn't the only show, guys. Be prepared to enter Rashid's Witch's world again and again and again. Because it ain't going to stop, man. That's why I made this thing. Had to make this short. I got to make this short. Because, well, let's just say I like to savor the importance of things. Nonetheless, thanks for tuning in to this time around on Rashid's Table Talk of the Witch's Corner. Okay? And I'll talk to you guys shortly. You know, how's about that? Take care, guys. See ya.
This has been an RVT Rashid's Video Tube social media television production. Can somebody give these girls some socks? Good girl. This program was brought to you by Rashid's Cyber Rock Films in conjunction with YouTube and Google Plus. And social media plug out. It's all about change, real change. Peace. You're watching RVT, Rashid's Teletube Worldwide. Where is Rashid all the time? You're watching Rashid's RVT.
Up next on RVT, Rashid's Video Tube, it's the Rashid and Jan Show. Following that is Rashid's Cyber Tube. It's Shiestin' once again, and as we celebrate with love and cheerfulness, let's indulge in the most entertaining Rashid entertainment available. And happy Shiestin' from all of us here on RBT, where's Rashid all the time.